on the field or in the game. Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning, Miami Dolphin fans, and a big Merry Christmas to all those that celebrate. We have Doll, a.k.a. Courtney, a.k.a. Doll fan in the house. Good morning and Merry Christmas, Courtney. How are you today on this Victory Monday?
Merry Christmas. I'm always great on a Victory Monday. So I can't complain. And it's Santa came. Santa came for all of us last night, but Santa also came again today. So I am over here.
There you go. Big victory. It's funny. I was watching some of the talking heads on the media, and it's more about the Dallas Cowboys losing than the Miami Dolphins winning. I'm like, come on, guys, give us some love. We finally beat a winning team. I love it. And our Dolphins now are in the playoffs. No matter what happens the rest of the way, they're in the playoffs. Of course, we all greedy and we all want that AFC East title, and that's one game away. One more win, and we locked down the AFC East title. But yesterday, it's all about kicking. Jason Sanders kicked the Dolphins into the playoffs, and he deserves some love because I know some of the fan base was like questioning about him over the past couple of years. But he put the team on his back yesterday, Courtney, and he kicked us right into a big win, clinching the playoff spot.
He killed it. He's MVP.
No, for sure. You know, you don't always want your kicker to be the MVP, but when he is, it normally means you win. So that's a good thing. And not only did he hit the 50-yarders, he hit when the game was on the line, which is the most crucial. I don't care how short it is. You know what's at stake. You know the narrative about your team, all that. You're human. You know all that. He goes, hits it right through the uprights, and he counts each field goal as, and he had 5. Evan.
He killed it.
If that's how you want to write it, Evan, I believe you, Evan. Don't worry. You can write a new narrative. The holidays are here, so you can write the narrative, rewrite, and that's it. Evan's never doubted Jason Sanders, and he's going to be wearing his jersey soon.
I would love to see Evans get.
He's going to even forgive. I'm even forgiven.
You know what, Evan? I may never forgive you for that comment. So I hope you know that karma comes around, and her name is Dolphin.
I was hoping that one of the guys yesterday would step up and make a big interception. Just didn't happen, but we did get that one fumble recovery, so that was a good part in the game. I love that the fact that this team, they celebrated a little bit. They had Jason Sanders on the shoulder of Wilkins having their fun time, but like the coach said again, it's no time for celebration. We got unfinished business. I like the look when he was running off the field. He just looked serious. His security guy, Drew Brooks, he hugged him as he was running off the field. And he was just like, you know, it was just a lot of fun, man. It's fun to be part of Fins Up Nation. Too many Christmases of despair lately. We're by Christmas, by time, because I got so many Miami Dolphin ornaments on my Christmas tree. By the time I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh man, why did I put all those ornaments on the tree? Because there's another.
We lost to the Packers last Christmas, and that was the infamous doll through the Christmas ham. So I remember last Christmas and my family vividly. So I am very glad that we had a different outcome this year.
Yeah, no, it definitely affects mood. I'm definitely and good morning, RL. Thank you guys. Hit those thumbs up for my Christmas present. I help the channel, and give that thumbs up for Courtney too. Thank you guys. Hooked Up Joe, big fins up, and Merry Christmas to you. But yesterday's game, Tua, to me, he didn't have his, lots of touchdown passes. We only scored 1 touchdown, but he did what he had to do. He avoided turnovers. When Dallas scored that last touchdown to Brandon Cooks, we're all thinking, oh, no, this is it. This is Tua's prove-it drive, McDaniel's prove-it drive. And what did they do? Not only did they go and get the field goal, but they milked every single second off the clock in beautiful fashion and made sure that Sanders' kick was the last thing. So to me, Tua earned a lot of respect. He almost had 300 yards passing, so he had a good game, but he was off at some points yesterday. He missed throws he normally doesn't miss. But when it was on the line, when it mattered most, Tua stepped up and delivered the Dolphins a victory with the help of Jason Sanders. And I know one of your studs for the game yesterday on last night's show was Wilson getting those critical first downs for us to be able to make that the last play of the game.
I didn't expect it from Jeff Wilson, I'll be honest, because he hasn't had the best year behind Mozart, behind Achane. He had a couple fumbles early in the season. But he absolutely, kind of like Waddle last week when we didn't have Tyreek and Waddle really had to step up. They really put Wilson in a lot. I'm not sure what was going on. I know Mozart was out. I don't know about Achane, but they really leaned on him heavily, and he really stepped up, especially in the crucial moments of the game. Don't suck up to me after that X comment, Evan. I really think he showed out. And you could even see, like, when he got that final first down that we needed to take the knee 3 times to kick the field goal or spike it, whatever, he just looked so, like, proud, like the confidence level in himself. Like, you could tell that he knew that he needed to do this, and he did it. And I was shocked. I was ecstatic. So he was definitely a stud. I think that he went in underrated, went in, kind of third back. Last year, he was kind of like the 2 back, and he was a stud. He absolutely.
Oh, he was 100%. Wilson was a stud on that last. I mean, those first downs were critical. Because if we don't get, because if he doesn't get that last first down after Dallas had called their final timeout, there's a good chance that Dallas could maybe wiggle themselves into range to beat us. So he made sure we got that first down. You could see he celebrated. I like that. Like you said, he was so excited that we got that first down. He knew what it meant. He knew that Dallas was out of timeouts and that it was going to be up to our kicker to decide it at that point. So.
I think this was a great confidence booster for some of our backups, which we need because we have so many injuries. There's so many questionables going on into the playoffs of who's going to be healthy, who can start, who can play. And I think having your backups feel confident in your system and in themselves to have these good games is kind of the mentality that you need going into the playoffs so that they're ready to step up because they're not like, Sanders isn't shaking like, anything over like 40 yards. He's like shaking. Can I make it? Now he's like, hell yeah, I can make it. I just downed 3 of them. I think that's it's a great mentality standpoint for the team.
No, I think on so many aspects, Courtney, because Tua now has the confidence that when it matters in December, he can lead a drive when points are a must, when you have to score to win, not just running out the clock to hope you can, hold on to a victory. You actually have to go get points. He drove that team down the field. They did it smartly. Durham Smite season was yesterday. You never saw so much Durham Smite. They took what was given because the first few plays of the game, it looked like Dallas was giving us that one-on-one, and we hit Waddle on the big play. Just barely missed Tyreek where he had to kind of turn and he didn't hold on to the ball that sometimes he holds on to. I think Dallas saw that and said, oh, boy, we can't go one-on-one. And so they changed it, their defense. And from there on out, we just took what they gave us. Smart football. I love it. It was just very good to get that fins up feeling late in December like this over the past few years where we just – we kind of fade away when it matters most. We're actually stepping forward when it matters most this year, and you can see it.
And our special teams. I mean, I know Evans talked a lot of smack about Jake Bailey, but when he downed the punt and then Elijah Campbell stopping it at the 2, backing the Cowboys up, I mean, I really think, aside from Braxton Berrios, who really didn't return much more than 10 yards as per usual, I think they killed it on all cylinders. X, for all the smack talk about X, Evan,
that's a good thing. He's picking our good plays because he knows AJ Dewey's my favorite player of all time.
I was saying before this, X, sure, he didn't get that long. It was like a 46-yarder on, I think it was Talbot. He was there though. I mean, he didn't get burnt. He wasn't chasing him. I mean, he was there. He tried to play the ball a little more than the player. If you would have gotten an arm, grab Talbot's arm instead of trying to get the ball, but he was all over him. Kader Kohu I think he's still chasing after CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the coverage was there. It was the play, but at least everyone will say he's burnt, he's this, he's that, he's old. He was there. I mean, he was all over him, as I like to joke, like the strippers in the strip club. He was all over him. He just didn't get the ball or break up the play, but he was there. So I don't want any X slander.
Oh, he was there. It was just a good grab. Sometimes you have to just give kudos to a guy that makes a good play. The guy made a good catch.
A touchdown. I don't think any of us expected Ramsey to let that touchdown
No,
happen.
that was just a good catch by Brandon Cooks. It's going to happen because Ramsey was around him and the guy just made a good catch. It's going to happen. Sometimes you just got to give kudos to the other team.
Ramsey was like, "Oh my God, this is my play." Like, they don't test Ramsey enough. I think he was just shocked that it was even thrown in his direction.
Evan and I do a lot of teasing, but it's all in good nature fun. So that's why we have banter back and forth all the time. And Evan, you're more than welcome. I sent a link in the group chat of the Fins Talk Sports Network. More than welcome to join if you have a few minutes, Evan. So we would love to have you. Yeah, Elijah Campbell. Yes, getting that ball down there that was a big play when the Dallas guy was trying to just make it look like he was, and we got it and down the ball down there. It was perfect. So it's just little things. And that Deshaun Elliott under the radar play. Everyone's like, oh, so he stopped him. Now it's 1st and goal. Who cares? They're going to score. Lo and behold, they fumble a play later. So if Deshaun Elliott doesn't touch, we probably lose that game because NBA got too many points for us. Who knows? So little things like that make a big difference. And that's what decides a lot of these games in the NFL every week. Just little plays like that is the difference from winning or losing. So a big kudos to Deshaun Elliott for making that critical hit. Yes, he got called for holding later in the game. It is what it is. But that one play earlier in the game, boom, he nailed the guy. They fumble the next play. Lo and behold, they don't take a big lead early in the game on that first drive. They're not up 7-0. So it shows that every play matters, Courtney, in the NFL. Every single play it like it's the last play.
When we got that double pass interference where he called it on both our guys, I was concerned because I was like, we stopped them on 4th and 2, and they're giving them a whole fresh set of downs. It's fourth quarter. I mean, I was really biting my nails, but the team came out and just drove back downfield and did what needed to do. I didn't see a lot of panic in that last drive in Tua. I saw, he kind of settled down from the first half. I think he was a little jittery in the first half. He calmed down and they just went out and took care of business. I like that they ran it, especially, pounded it when they needed to, drug it out. Durham Smythe showed up. I think that, when one play happens, you're like, oh my God, there's the game, because this one big play happens. And sometimes you got to look at the bigger picture and realize, no, you can still get through.
No, it was all perfect. And good morning to you, Eric and Timothy Washington, all of you guys I haven't said a hello to yet. But no, yesterday was a win in all phases. It's like a few weeks ago when we lost to the Titans, it was a loss in all phases of the game. This game was a win in all phases of the game. The special teams came through, the defense did well, and the offense, when the game was on the line, they drove down the field to help set up special teams to win the game for us. So to me, yesterday, it was a well-fought team victory from our Miami Dolphins, who are now officially in the playoffs no matter what happens. Of course, we don't want to lose the next two. You don't want to back into the playoffs. But no matter what, we're in the playoffs. We have 11 wins already this season. My season prediction was 11-6, so I have to hope I'm wrong now, because I do not want to finish down with 2 losses in the year. So I hope they prove me wrong and they at least win one more game than that. So let's just go.
Here's my question. If you had to lose one of the next 2 games, which team would you rather lose to? Because I think we might have said.
Yeah, I think I would rather lose to the Ravens, but it'd be, but it would be very tough going into that last game, because losing to the Ravens most likely, unless Evan's upset prediction of the year comes through and New England somehow beats Buffalo, this coming week, means that it'd be for the division title. So you almost say, I'd rather just beat Baltimore so we don't even have to worry about the the Bills as far as the division goes. Because for whatever reason, the Bills do match up well against us. So I don't really want any part of that. But if I had to pick one to win, of course, I'd rather just beat Buffalo to really end this narrative that we can't beat Buffalo and we can't win when it matters.
I never wish Buffalo well. So
I know, that's it. So I think we all say pretty much that. That's why I wish Kansas City, and I know a lot of Dolphin fans, and I understand their reasoning because they were thinking #1 seed and all that. But I would say let's wrap up the division first. When Kansas City and Buffalo played a couple weeks back, and there was a lot of Dolphin fans rooting for Buffalo for the seeding. I was like, I cannot bring myself to root for Buffalo. So I wanted Kansas City to gain. And if Kansas City would have won that game, we would be talking as AFC East champions right now. So a good fins up to Daniel, Taylor, and Adam for coming into the house. Big fins up and Merry Christmas to you all.
I really feel like this is our year, or it's like the year to push, because Kansas City, who normally is taking over the AFC, is really struggling. I really think like things, knocking on wood, but like this is like the perfect year for something big to happen, because Kansas City, like I said, they're self-destructing. Their receivers are dropping balls left and right. Like there's a problem there. The Ravens, I think, offensively, they have Lamar. You can never count them out. I don't like their defense as much. I know that that's a controversial opinion. I've seen them play a couple games. I don't really love their defense. The Steelers have beat them this year. I think that the Dolphins could be, as long as we're working on all cylinders, I think we're the biggest threat in the AFC. And I know I'm biased.
Well, I'm biased too, but I like to hear it.
A lot of these big teams that are normally for the past few years that have been taking it over, Buffalo, Kansas City, the Bengals, they're all, this year, there's a problem with all of them. They're all none of them are like this lead contender. And Miami's just kind of been sitting out here like, hey, no one wants to talk about us, but like we're chugging along. And I really think, like, knocking on wood again, because my superstition, like, stars are aligning that, who are we gonna play in an AFC game? I'm not really worried about anybody in our division. Who in an AFC championship game? I'm looking at the Niners. That's who we're playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you could argue next week Dolphins versus Ravens may really be, because right now they are the top, so they may very well be the two top teams, and decide everything next week would be nice. We'll see what the Ravens do tonight. I think they're going to lose tonight. The Ravens.
Oh yeah, I think the Niners are the best team in the NFC. Eagle fans, I fight with them all day because they're like, oh, thanks, go, like, they're rooting for the Ravens, obviously, and I was like, the Niners are killing it over there in the NFC. I would love to see a Dolphins-Niners Super Bowl.
I know, to bring back the past from my younger days when I was like 14 years old. So yes, man, how fast things. This is from Timothy Washington, guys. Man, how fast things in a couple of weeks. Last month, I could argue that our special teams was the weakest link on the team. Now our special team is the glue to the offense and defense. Yes, Timothy, you are right, man. You are 100% right. Same with the defense. They've been stepping up. So everything is starting to play complementary football. Ray Finko, big fins up to you. Oh, ho, Merry Christmas, and fins up. Aqua Vision, big fins up to you.
The only thing that
concerns me is what's that, Courtney?
This is what concerns me about our defense, is that we always seem to start slow. Like the first drive, like defensively, I feel like is obviously Vic like figuring it out, but like the first drive is always slow, and then they build up and get better. I want to come out the gate starting hard. Like I don't. Because that first drive that happened last night, I was like, oh my God, Vic, what are we doing? Why do we have linebackers on CeeDee Lamb? And thankfully he adjusted and it ended up working well. And we allowed a couple of big plays, but I don't like that it seems like the defense kind of starts slow and then has to figure their way around it. I kind of want them to, steel curtain, kind of bringing back my family's defensive team days. Just shut it down. No name defense. Just.
No, I agree. Good morning to you, Steve. Big Merry Christmas to you as well. Steve, you can catch him tomorrow night on the Fins Talk Sports Network and also on my channel all the time. So good. Hey, Papa Paul, big fins up. Merry Christmas to you too, sir. Another good channel to check out there is Papa Paul. He has a good YouTube channel and Facebook page, guys. Check him out. And let's see. I'm trying to get up all these good stuff. 2023 in South Florida, Heat Finals, Panthers Finals, Inter Miami League Cup, Kings Hoops, Final Four, FAA Hoops, Final Four, Canes Women Elite Eight, Marlins playoffs, and now the Dolphins. Yes, it's been a good time for South Florida sports. Now we just need our Dolphins to actually driving home. Oh yeah, he was at the game yesterday, and he lives over on the west coast of Florida, so he's driving back. So be safe, Papa Paul. Be safe on the roads.
Yeah, drive safe.
Hopefully, being Christmas, there's not too many people out there on the roads, and you have easy cruising on the roads. Everyone should be at their destinations at this point, hopefully. So, Courtney, I know it's Christmas. You got kids. My kids are big though. They're 21 and 17, but it's still Christmas, so we won't stay too much longer. But what I just wanted to say, thank you so much for coming on. This Dolphins team gave us a great present yesterday. We finally beat a team with a winning record, so we don't have to hear that this week. Could be they can't win on the road against a team with a winning record, in the Ravens probably. If we do that, if we cross that, to me, I'd be the most confident, cocky, whatever you want to say, Dolphin fan I've been in a long time. If the Dolphins go into Baltimore and win, that'd really make me. I'm feeling it right now, and I'm walking around on special air. I'm wearing the new shirt I got for Christmas from the wife. And
Oh, I
the
love
old,
it.
yeah,
I
the new logo on there. So it's all great. I mean, the old-fashioned logo, like I'm wearing my hat. To me, I love those uniforms. I just wish that was always the uniform, but it is what it is. They could be all white uniform, all purple. I don't care. If they won the Super Bowl, I would be happy no matter what uniform they wore. But I have to say, for this row, I love these old uniforms. My actually favorite logo is the 1980-ish one, I call it, with Dan Marino wearing it and stuff. That's my favorite of all the Dolphin logos. But like I say, this new Dolphin logo, which I normally have somewhere near, is all beat up. But it's on my phone. Here's a little kid. It's all beat up. But that logo can become my favorite logo if we win a Super Bowl wearing it. So,
agree.
so that's it. Hey, good morning, G-Man. Big fins up to you. Big fins up to G-Man. Happy that he's happy because he's one of those Dolphin fans that waits for the other shoe to drop. Die-hard fan, but he's always worried about that, next shoe to drop. So I'm sure he's happy. So
PTSD Dolphin fan.
Oh, that's cool. So here you go. I got a signed helmet from Tyreek Hill for a picture of him signing it. It was hey, cool stuff, Mr. Ray Finkel. Cool stuff. Cool. But the Dolphins going into the Ravens, that's going to be a tough one. But let's enjoy this because as fans, the team, they better not be enjoying it long. And I like what McDaniel said at the end. No time to celebrate. We had our little fun here in the locker room. Basically, now it's time to already get focused on the next. He has that look. I think he knows. He likes this. I think this team is going to be ready. I don't expect now. Do I expect them to win or lose? And I'm not too early in the week. But the one thing I do expect for them to be ready. They're not going to go get blown out. They're going to show they're ready to play football. And it's going to probably be a game like this. Give us all a heart attack down to the final plays of the game. And it can go one way or the other. Unfortunately, they got a great kicker too. So, he's not going to miss. Dallas's kicker hadn't missed all year. So we're happy that he didn't get a chance at the end of the game to have a kick. That's why it was critical. We took every second off the clock because their kicker doesn't miss. So there you go.
I do too. I want a championship too.
Yeah, I do too.
A good game. I think I'm really curious to see who is able to play. I'm kind of hoping Javon Holland. I think the defense is missing him and his presence back there. I'd like to see Holland come back, but I know that we're kind of like day to day, week to week with his injury. And we had the same mindset. And Hunt, I'd like to see Hunt there. I'd like to see a little bit more of our starting O-line. But I mean, backups, I can't. Dak, I think we sacked Dak 4 times yesterday. Tua got sacked, I think, once, maybe twice.
Yep, he only got sacked the once. He was pressured a couple of times, but he only got really sacked the one time, so that's not bad.
I mean, the fact that these are like third-string backups that are like moved over, people aren't playing their strength, and Tua only got sacked once against a great defense.
Yeah.
I think says a tremendous about how these guys are playing, and the next man up is absolutely, it's absolutely the mentality here, which I trust. Yeah, I can't. The coaches are doing what they need to do. All the units, I really am impressed because as soon as we started losing linemen, I was like, oh God, like every other Dolphin fan, all I wanted this offseason was for us to get more offensive linemen. And I was really concerned when we started losing guys. And I'm like, there's guys being brought up. I don't even know their name. I don't know anything about this man, and they're doing great.
Oh, it was great. Like I said, people that have stepped up yesterday that you hadn't really heard much of in the passing game, like Durham Smythe. I mean, Ingo caught a couple passes. It was good to see all the way around guys contributing. That's what good teams do. They find a way. When they take away your best, you find another way to beat them. And that's what the Dolphins did. Flavor J, big fins up to you. Good morning. And yes, we are playoff bound. And I hope you guys are bound to hit those thumbs up button for me. Big fins up, because you guys rock. It helps the channel. So please know those thumbs up button before we close out the show this morning. Yesterday was a playoff atmosphere. That it was very well said. And that's what they need to go each and every week from now on. They better go into Baltimore as a playoff spirit, playoff atmosphere. And go, man, if you go up there, and I'm telling you, I'm going to be Mr. Cocky fan. I think him and G-Man may start getting a little bit cocky if the Dolphins go into Baltimore and win. So you may even get G-Man getting a little confidence behind them. David J, Hard Knocks is going to be lit. Yeah, Courtney tweeted that out, that basically it's going to be fun. It'd be funny if they feature Jason Sanders, like leading up to the.
Yeah, I wonder who they're going to feature each week.
I don't know. They probably cover a lot of the players, and in this way they have some lead lay, like, oh, let's see who does better. So they probably maybe talk about a lot of the players during the week, and then boom, hey, we talked about Jason Sanders. We saw those clips and edit them in there because, hey, like I said, we don't win without Jason Sanders. Simple as that. Yesterday, he needed to hit every single one of those. He did what he had to do. Good to see the Dolphins do what they have to do. Now let's just close this sucker out. Let's just keep on winning, and that's the best way to make us Dolphin fans. It's way overdue, Courtney. We end on that. It's way overdue for our Miami Dolphins.
Overdue, and I would love for us to beat the Ravens, to go into Buffalo with that confidence, that we would have that kind of attitude. The Buffalo wouldn't stand a chance if we were like, we just beat the Cowboys, we just beat the Ravens. I mean, I would love for that momentum to get us to beat Buffalo.
Yep, he was responsible for 16 points of our points. That is crazy. It is. And yes, the only episode I didn't love was the one after the Tennessee game, I admit, but I forced myself to watch it. But it was bad. And let's see. And I think our depth players playing down is good for the playoffs. That is another good comment. Again, Courtney, big Merry Christmas to you. Thursday night will be normally we're going to try to do Monday nights, but it's the holidays, how it fell. So just Thursday, once again, you'll be on, and you got a special guest, Shannon, on, I think, your show, right? Thursday night, 7 p.m. here on this channel.
It'll be Shannon Ann at 7 p.m. She is Nick Needham's mom, and we're going to talk life. She has a great story to tell, and the Dolphins, and kind of it'll be a little insight on behind the scenes of what it takes to have a son in the NFL.
Yeah, hey, that's it, man. That is awesome. Must be a great feeling. And hey, Newfoundland, big fins up to all you guys. That's it, basically. All you guys having great comments for the beat a winning opponent, show toughness and grit, secure playoff spot. Well said, Daniel. That's a great thing to basically. Newfoundland, make sure you nail those thumbs up if you just came in late here, my friend. He's always a regular on the show. Was one of the first to find my channel, so I appreciate Newfoundland rolling in. Well, Courtney, we are in the playoffs. That's a very Merry Christmas. Tell your family to have a very Merry Christmas. And I hope that there were some Miami Dolphin gifts given this year in your household to try to sway some opinion. I know you live with some Pittsburgh Steelers fans, but it's okay,
Throwback Marino, so he's loving that.
Oh, cool! That's great. Throwback Marino
jersey, so I'm not happy about that. But I sucked it up and bought a George Pickens jersey for the other.
That's okay, Hey, at least it's all right to have one smart kid. No offense, the other one's fine too. It's all fun and games. The Dolphins won, so Sanders. Oh, is he finally? I would figure he would have to be on the elevator. I would figure. I haven't seen it officially, but he better be on that elevator. So that's who deserves it. Courtney and all you guys, thumbs up, fins up. Merry Christmas to all those that celebrate. And the Dolphins are in the playoffs. See you soon.
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, man, he knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty.